Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well. Positive healing vibes to all the subscribers, the viewers, the world out there. Today, we are going to take a look into Virgo's week ahead for May 17th through the 23rd. In this reading, we are going to tap into the energies with the Energy Oracle. We would then get an overview message from the Fairy Tarot deck and dig a little bit deeper with a traditional tarot deck. I will also clarify and pull a few oracle cards at the end of the message. If it's something you're interested in, you are more than welcome in joining us. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages here on YouTube are general. They are not going to resonate every time with every person. It's really about the title. If there's something in the title resonating, there's most likely going to be something in the message. For more information on how to book a personal reading, the energy cleanse kits that I offer, how to get entered into the drawing that we do here every month for free personal readings, all that useful information is all linked below in the description box. And Virgo, if you like how I vibe, you like how I interpret the cards, you are more than welcome in subscribing. Everyone is welcome here, and it does help set your intentions for future messages. So Virgo, feel like you're feeling constricted. Okay, there may be not as many hours, not as much money coming in right now, and I feel like that's kind of for everybody. I get the sense here, Virgo, that instead of being hostile, instead of like, like, oh my God, everything's all this, instead of focusing on the things that are going awry, that are going wrong, try and focus on the things that are going right. And even though there are some constrictions, okay, everybody's feeling it. Understand here, Virgo, that it's part of the journey. Has there ever been a time where you haven't had everything that you needed, right? Even if it was at last minute, even if it came together right at the last minute, I guarantee you the energy that I'm pulling from is there's a need to trust spirit, okay? There's a need to trust source. There's a need to trust God. You've always been taken care of before. Why wouldn't you be taken care of this time? And I feel like part of you understands this, okay? But part of you is resisting this, okay? And so whatever is going on right now, I feel like that's what you're going to learn. Whether you resist this and you go through this the hard way, like stressing over it, or you kind of just, okay, let it go. Okay, spirit, God, universe, whatever source that you connect with has always had my back. Everything has always been taken care of. Even if it was the last minute, everything always fell into place as it needed to fall into place. Okay? Hindsight is always 2020. So let's take a look. Take a look and breathe. Virgo, breathe. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. So let's get the Fairy Tarot out here for you, Virgo. See what other messages, what other clarity, guidance we can get from this energy here. Other cards are we going to pull? I do feel like this is part of the journey. There's something significant that you're having to learn here. Maybe there's a move that's taking place, or maybe it's a move within a job or a position. Maybe there are some things that you're having to learn about creating employment online or working from home, right? There's some adjustments that need to be made. Trust that everything happens for a reason. So let's see here, Virgo, for you for May 17th through the 23rd. Just the most important message Virgo needs to see here. May 17th through the 23rd, Spirit, please and thank you. There may be some overindulgence. Maybe you're overindulging. This could even be just in electronics. You know, maybe you're playing a lot of those games. To get your mind off of things, or looking at social media a lot. But I feel like this is kind of feeding into that fear. So there's a need to kind of let this go. Let this go. Change your perspective in this. Okay. There's this shift. Okay. The Six of Autumn is the Six of Pentacles. This is imbalance. This could also be equal give and take, but I get the sense that this is the imbalance that's taking place within finances, within career. There's a shift that's happening, and I feel like at times you may have everything, and at times there may be nothing. Okay? I feel like what needs to be learned right now, Virgo, what needs to be focused on is the long term, taking care of everything for the long term. So maybe there's things that you're going to have to not indulge in right now, or some expenses that you may have to cut in order to make sure that everything is going to line up. But I feel like everything is going to be taken care of. Everything's going to happen at the last minute is the sense that I'm getting here. There's a significant shift. I feel like this is going to turn out better than expected. At the end, we have the Ace of Autumn. It's weathering the storm in between. Weathering the storm in between this imbalance and this abundance. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper into this message, Virgo. And like I said, it can be just as simple as, for instance, this kind of reminds me of like an entrepreneurial journey. Okay, when you're doing online work or like these videos, creative work, sometimes creators that do this type of work will also do, you know, other things with social media managing, or writing content for other content creators, if you will, bigger companies or bigger channels that have a lot more viewers will ask people to create content on certain platforms. Sometimes when you're doing that type of work, you'll have big checks. You know, on 1 month, you'll have a lot of people coming in and wanting that type of business. And then sometimes you'll have it to where nobody wants your business. And that will be going on for, 6 months, 8 months. So you have to kind of weather the storm and know how to kind of make ends meet. Understand that in the long term, where you're headed is abundance. But in the meantime, you kind of have to live below your means, if you will. Not spend so much, maybe not have as big of a place at first, or not go out to eat as much. Maybe you only have 1 day a week that you go out to eat instead of 3 days or something, and those are just examples. But I do feel like there is a big significant shift. It's just kind of weathering that storm here. So let's take a look, Virgo, what we can see. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot for you. The Fool, Two of Swords, Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the Death card, the Eight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Strength, Judgment with the Ace of Pentacles coming out to confirm Ace of Pentacles. So you are headed towards abundance here, Virgo. Notice Ace of Pentacles is always the last card here, okay? So There's a new opportunity that's being presented. I feel like you may be reluctant to accept this new opportunity because maybe it's not what you expected. Okay. Maybe this at first it's being presented as, oh, a part-time position or part-time work or once a week post or something along those lines. It's something small, smaller than you expected. And I feel like that may be why you're kind of reluctant. Okay, you're waiting. Feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you here, Virgo, is there's a need to change your perspective on this. It's try not to focus on like, oh, it's a little bit. It's a little number. Okay? Try to focus on in the long term. Okay? What's the long-term perspective? Is there a lot of people that are being added every day? It's the consistency of the cash flow, consistency of views is what I'm wanting to say here. So maybe you guys have some type of social media following. There's definitely a change. I feel like that you're kind of being resistant to make, and this is holding you back. The Death card with the Eight of Swords. Okay. I also feel like this is all about how you're perceiving the situation in your mind. Okay. There's a lot of not wanting to see, but trusting intuition. And sometimes, Virgo, our intuition will be blocked because sometimes the lesson is to trust Spirit to take that leap. So, once you do make these changes, take that leap, if you will, it's going to be a slow progress, but it will come together. Okay? Everything happens for a reason. Focus on the long term. Eye on the prize, right? Eye on the prize. Feel like you are in the process of creating something. The Empress is clarifying the Fool and the Two of Swords. Okay. There's a need here to accept that this is going to start small. Okay. It's going to be small. You're going to put in some time, some work, some effort without getting the money you deserve, if you will, the views or whatever that you deserve. But try not to hold back. Put in that time, put in that effort as if you were making the same amount of money. Okay, as if it was bringing in millions. Because if you look at it like that, Virgo, if you trust Spirit, trust the process, that everything's happening for a reason, it's going to come together. And we have the Star card, so you very well could have a big following on social media. Okay, because this is, a lot of times readers will talk about this being like a star. To me, this is healing. To me, this is bringing in balance. It's also, in a lot of decks, the star is connected to the strength, because in the sky, there's usually 8 stars. Strength card is the 8th card in most decks. But in this deck, you see the lady's kneeling on one knee. She has one foot in the water. She's grounded. She's stable. She's secure. Okay. Focus on building that foundation for the long term. This is a significant opportunity. I feel like you kind of maybe withholding your energy or withholding back from pursuing because this uncertainty, this what if it doesn't work out? Spirit is telling you it will. It's going to be liberating. You're going to be freed, like a complete 180 from the lifestyle that you're used to. But you're going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to put in the effort. Okay? So, Virgo, I'm going to pull a few cards for your advice. I am also going to do an extended version to this reading. In the extended version, I'm going to take a look at what are the next steps here, where this is headed. Where is this headed? right? What's going on here? We're going to take a look at what's the outcome, what's to come from this potentially. I will pull out the Archangel cards for the blessing for the week, Soul Truth cards for the lesson. If that's something you guys are interested in, you are more than welcome in joining. The link is below in the description box. Do you feel like everything that you need is in front of you? You have to let your guard down, and you are going to have to put in a little bit of work, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. Whatever you are working on, whatever you are heading towards, you are headed towards something that's very balanced, very stable, okay? There's a lot of abundance. It's coming in. There's a little bit of effort, a little bit of time it's going to take to build this up. It doesn't happen overnight. Again, Rome wasn't built in one day. What I've found helps me, because I'm in the same boat as you, Virgo. This reading is really resonating with me personally. And what I've found for myself when I get in these anxious states, it's not coming together fast enough. I try to enjoy the process. I try to enjoy the interactions. For instance, these readings, this channel is part of the business that I'm creating or have been creating. So I've learned to enjoy. I've learned to enjoy creating these videos. I've learned to enjoy interacting with you guys and really making the most of these readings, trying to get the most information out there and to just kind of be like a calming presence. You know, even I try so hard even when people are in the comments saying negative things, and I just try to, you know, bless them, bless their little hearts and move forward, because it's easy to get caught up in that negativity. The same way negativity feeds negativity, positivity feeds positivity as well. So I feel like if I just keep the messages nice and calm, cool and collected, then you guys are going to feel that energy as well. And it's the same kind of energy that I'm picking off this reading. You're going to have to fall in love with that process. It's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Try to find the joy in the building process, okay? And it'll take away from that anxious feeling. Now, I'm not saying that you're never going to feel like that. There are days where I'm like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Because maybe I'm not getting as many views or what have you. But you also have to understand people have lives, you know. Sometimes things are, I feel like if it's helping one person, if it's resonating with at least one person, then it wasn't for nothing, right? Everything happens for a reason. Falling in love with the process is definitely falling in love with the journey. It's going to be the key. All right, let's get the soul journey for Virgo. Virgo. And I'm also going to read the little excerpt out of the book, guys, because I just found this message is significant. So why skip over it? It's too good. It's too good for that. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. It is time to open up and be completely honest with yourself at this present moment. Buried fears and resentments do not die. They merely fester and cause dis-ease. Only by bringing them to the surface and examining them in the light of day with love and compassion will banish them from your life. It may bring you pain and heartache to reflect upon these situations again, but you are only giving them power by suppressing them. The dangerous seeds of denial will grow and spread and manifest unless you uproot them, examine them, and release them. This is the only way to become whole and healthy. Learn not to bury painful emotions in the first place. Deal with them as they come and take all the time you need to neutralize them without hiding them. Your soul wants to live honestly and authentically in the now. Don't hinder it by placing emotional landmines on its path. I feel like maybe you're kind of wanting things to speed up. Maybe you have an expectation of, where you should be, and spirit, source, universe, God, what have you, is trying to teach you that everything happens in divine timing. It's in the journey that we find our solace, that we find our peace. If you're not enjoying the journey, then something's got to change. Let's see here. For you, Virgo, let's get a power thought card. I am totally adequate for all situations. I am one with the power and wisdom of the universe. I claim this power, and it is easy for me to stand up for myself. I am totally adequate for all situations. Beautiful Virgo, beautiful. So that is the message I have coming out for you guys for this week. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are all amazing. And I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.